Hey everybody, this is take 6. You didn't need to know that, but it's true of this video. I wanted to make sure that I could actually keep teaching you in some way or another, and this is how I'm going to try right now. Let's talk about what's going to happen this week. So here's an outline of what I have scheduled for you for this week. Here's what you should do. You should watch this video right here. This is a summary of Themistocles and his story. And then what you should do is you should watch the next video that I post. It'll be much shorter because I'm not summarizing an entire story. I'm just introducing you to third conjugation. We've known first and second already. This is third. Not much different. You'll see it. And then finally, I'm going to post some review exercises for you to do. I think it's a 2-page document. And you get your own copy to edit and do with as you can, and just submit that to me. Here's some things you can always do. They're not required, but you can do them. You can practice your declension endings, and you can practice your vocab on Quizlet. If you don't have access to that, let me know, and I can get you access to that. So here's our story. Our story is written by a dude named Nepos, Cornelius Nepos, who wrote a lot of biographies. This is a specific biography from a book called De Viris Illustribus about famous men. And it's about a dude named Themistocles, who's a Greek hero, particularly of the city-state of Athens. And he tried to save his country from Xerxes, the Persian king. If you've ever seen the movie 300, same guy, same bad guy at least, Xerxes. Don't watch that movie, but it's in that movie too. Okay, so here's the story. And this is what you all attempted to translate. Many of you had decent translations. I suggest that you make sure you check whatever you did and see if it was appropriate or right. So we have Themistocles. That's what we have. I get to draw on this. Let's see if this works. Let's pick red. Yeah, that'll work. So we start here with Themistocles. So, or Themistocles, sorry. Themistocles is the leader. Both of these words are nominative, so that's my subject. So Themistocles is the leader. This word here, if you didn't know this format yet, or you didn't know this word, make sure you look at those notes. It said of the Athenians. It's a genitive plural. So Themistocles is the leader of the Athenians and a very clever man. There you go. Xerxes, I could put some commas in here, maybe comma, because this in between those commas is a phrase that just describes Xerxes. Xerxes, king of the Persians. This says, is said to prepare war against the Greeks with great industry, or with great care. So we have this guy who's the leader of the Athenians, and we have this guy, this bad guy in this story, who's preparing war against Xerxes. Has multus milites et multas naves, many soldiers and many ships, et cum multis viris armatis ad Carycium navigat, and with many men, armed men, to Greece he sails. So he has many soldiers and many ships, and he's sailing towards Greece with many armed men. This is a true story, by the way. At least this part definitely is. And we have Atheniensis bellum temens et oracula pitiae petere decernunt. So the Athenians, so the people of Athens, hope you all remember this word, tement, are very scared or are scared of war or fear of war. And if you see this verb here, decernunt is a word that means to decide. But if you see the ending, nt, it needs to have a plural subject. I don't see a plural subject, oracula, pitiae, and petere, in this half here. So I actually have to go all the way back. Oh man, my arrow's really ugly. Sorry. All the way back to the beginning. So the Athenians decide. So the Athenians fear war, and the Athenians decide to seek the oracle of Pythia. Now, I translated this as the Pythian princess priestess, because priestess and oracle are the same thing to some degree. They're both people that see the future or look towards the future and predict things. And so the Athenians are relying on their religion here. They're going back and talking to a priestess to tell them what they should be doing because they just don't know. So this says the Pythian priestess, so Pythia really does just, it's a place, but when it's used like this, it can be used as a noun to describe a person. So the Pythian priestess lives at Delphi. You might have heard of the oracle at Delphi. It's the most famous in all of antiquity. It's actually a temple to Apollo, who's one of the gods of wisdom, and particularly of future telling. So it makes sense if you wanted to figure out what's going on in the future, you'd go talk to him. So the priestess lives at Delphi and gives, and the priestess gives the advice of Apollo to men. She lives at Delphi and she gives the counsels of Apollo to people. I said to men, to people. It's the same thing. Pythia haec verba Atheniensibus in templo Delpico dicit. So the priestess says these words to the Athenians in the Delphic temple, or the temple at Delphi. So these are the things, this is her prediction. She says, Athenian ses muris ligneis servari possunt. So these are 5 words, and only 5 words. It's almost like a fortune cookie to some degree that she gives them. She gives them a sort of vague phrase, and this is what it says. It says the Athenians are able to be saved. That's awesome. That's what they're looking for. They don't want to lose to these Persian soldiers. There's so very many of them. The Athenians are able to be saved. And then we have these 2 words here. Let's see if I can highlight them. Ooh, does this work? Nope. I didn't. No, bad. Don't like that. How about this one? Does this work? Sure. I'm learning new things here. Sorry, guys. So the Athenians are able to be saved in this way, in this highlighted fashion. Muris ligneis. This says this word here is walls, and this word here is wooden. So it's actually by wooden walls. So they're saved by wooden walls. Now, some of you might be thinking, wooden walls, didn't they have stone walls? Didn't they have, I don't know, anything better than building wooden walls? And you'd be right, that seems kind of weird. Athens at the time had a stone wall around it. Why would they need wooden walls? And that's really the reaction of both the Athenians. They're like, why did you tell us that's not helpful? Only Themistocles, so solus Themistocles, se consilium Apollonis intelligere putat. So only Themistocles thinks, see, when we see this thinking word, that is a reporting verb. So our next translation should be the word that. So only Themistocles, thinks that he, right, whenever we see a reporting verb and then say, it means it refers back to Themistocles. So thinks that he understands the words of Apollo. or the advice of Apollo. So before I continue, I would normally make you guess. What do you think this means? But most of you translated this already, so you know. Seems kind of weird, though. He says, Dikit, that the wooden walls are ships. That seems weird to me. Probably seemed weird to a lot of people, but you should know that the Athenians think, again, we have another indirect statement, think that the words of Themistocles are good. Awesome, so they trust him. He was their leader, so it does make sense he was in general. So it says they flee from their land, but they build many ships. Tunk means then the ships of the Persians. This is sort of weird. If you see this here, naves persarum, you can't actually tell whether that is nominative or accusative here, because naves can either be nominative or accusative. So you actually have to sort of figure it out in this context. So then the ships of the Persians, with great fortitude or with great courage, magna fortitudine, opugnant. This says fight. But it would seem kind of weird to just immediately switch from talking about all the ships that they build to talking about the Persian ships fighting. Instead, I would say, then they fight the Persian ships with great courage. And they conquer the Persians. So in all reality, this part here, the Persas Vincunt, tells us the order that naves persarum should go in, because Persas has to be accusative. So that would mean they conquer the Persians. That's not that the Persians conquer the Persians, that's what the Greeks do. So I have, then they attack the ships of the Persians with great courage, and they conquer the Persians. This final sentence says, the Athenians are freed from fear. That's the end of the story here. Some things you should definitely know about the story. This all happened to some degree. We do know that there was a man named Themistocles who was a Greek general. We do know that Xerxes is a very famous leader of the Persians who brought an army that outnumbered the Athenians somewhere around 20 to 1. So that would mean they would have 20 million people to 1 million people fighting. I mean, it was smaller than that, maybe like 2 million people compared to 100,000 people, right? The Greeks should have lost, just by numbers. But instead what they did is they actually made it a naval battle, and they had enough ships that they could actually stop the Persians, and they ended up winning. Because of that, Themistocles is considered to be a hero. So hopefully you'll be able to translate that story. Again, here is an outline of what's coming up. So make sure you've watched this video. Great, check this off right now. Check it off. I'm about to show you a third conjugation video. I'm about to record it, and then you can have it. And then finally, I'm going to ask you to complete some exercises. Now, I actually have a fair number of exercises here. Do as many as you can. Try your best. Make sure you read the directions and then submit those to me. If you have questions about them, please reach out to me. I have on this handy piece of paper next to me that I actually have a video office hours tomorrow and Friday. So 1 to 2, both tomorrow and Friday. You can contact me any of those times, and I can set up a Zoom video or an in Teams video for you to talk with you and make sure that you understand what's going on. I'm also available every day from 2 to 4 via email. I'm really available all the time because I'm sitting right here most of the time. I have nowhere to go, unfortunately. It's true for a lot of us right now, I guess. But you can also always practice your declension endings and work on your vocab. I hope you all are doing well. If you have any questions, please make sure to reach out to me, okay? Thanks.